It is just a sea of white, almost, from everybody in the parade. Let's go through them for you now, though. Here's a look at Prince Bishop. He won the final two legs of the Al Maktoum Challenge. He's ran in the Dubai Shima Classic before, Prince Bishop. He ran in it last year. He's also ran in the Dubai World Cup, where he's finished place before. He's ridden by Kieran Fallon, who's never won the Dubai World Cup, but he has had winners on Dubai World Cup night before, notably with fantastic lights in the Dubai Shima Classic a few years ago. Here is Belshazzar. This one trained over in Japan, a horse trained by Kunihide Matsuda, Japan Cup Dirt winner at Hanshin when Christophe Lemaire was in the plate, where he beat the reopposing Hoko Tarame. He's had a lot of training problems. He fractured a bone, and he's also had some respiratory problems as well, but he seems back to his very best now and should go well. Here's Vancouverite, trained by Charlie Appleby. William Buick coming in for the ride aboard this horse, who's by Dan Seeley, racing from stall number 3. Paul Hannigan, a big race ride for him. Mukadram in the colours of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. There's Charlie Henson on the right-hand side of Akid Mafid, who is trained by Richard Gibson. This horse a Hong Kong Derby and a Hong Kong Cup winner, formerly trained over in Ireland by John Ox, and now playing his trade very, very well in Hong Kong. And one of the main protagonists here, if of course he can handle the underfoot conditions. Princess Haya there with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and their daughter. Great scenes when Monterosso won this 2 years ago. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed in the winner's enclosure with his daughter there, and Princess Haya. Here's a look at San Chavez. As Laura said, a lot of people think this horse could sort of be in the money. He sort of feels a very similar bracket to that of Liz's Desire, who was touched off in this race in 2010 by Gloria de Campio. He's progressing through the handicapping ranks. He's got to step up, no doubt about it, but he's in the right hands, those of Mike de Kock. Christophe Lemaire riding Belshazzar here, the the Japan Cup Dirt winner. African Story, a dual winner of the Burj Nahar, also a winner of the Godolphin Mile 2 years ago. Ran in this race last year, ran encouragingly, very unexposed at this trip, and could go well, and hoping to give Saïd bin Srour a 6th win in the Dubai World Cup. Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum there in the parade ring, with Saïd bin Srour just looking on. Let's take a look at Hillstar.
Well done, right.
Katie Reid, the work rider for this horse, just walking alongside this entire by Danehill dancer, who is a winner at Royal Ascot last year when the King Edward VII stake. Has his first run on the Tapita today. He's a half-brother to Crystal Capella, who herself was a perennial Group 3 winner for these same connections. Military Attack, the international favourites in many quarters. Winner of the Hong Kong Gold Cup last time, 2 winners of that particular race, and beat dominant Akid Mafid in Grade 1 company at Shartin last time out. Side Glance was placed in this race 12 months ago. He's trained by Andrew Bording, who saddled Phoenix Reach to win the Dubai Shima Classic in 2005. Jan Masterton leading this horse, the Godolphin Stable Staff Award winner. Travels well with this horse. And here's a look at Surfer. It'll be a real popular win if he can come home in front for Sachi Seemar, who absolutely adores this horse, along with Richie Mullen. And Surfer has to race from stall at number 10. 3rd in the final leg of the Maktoum Challenge last time, behind Prince Bishop. Hoko Tarame carries the 11 saddlecloth here. This horse is another very high-class horse that's come over from Japan. He's won 5 races on their dirt surface. He won a local Group 1 last time at Ohio, and sure to go well today. There is the Epsom Derby winner, ruler of the world. Only one other Derby winner from Epsom has contested the Dubai World Cup, and that was High Rise back in 1999, when he was last behind Al Mutawakkal. Mukadram, another horse having his first run on the Tapita. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan has won this race twice before, back in 2007 with Invasor, and the aforementioned Al Mutawakkil in 1999. This was representing William Haggis, the son-in-law of the great Leicester Piggott. Red Caddo, second in this race 12 months ago. He's been placed in an Emirates Dubai World, an Emirates Melbourne Cup as well. He was drawn in gate 2 last year. He's in 14 today. He's won £3.9 million in total prize money. Here's Cato Mountain, the unknown quantity in this race, has a very bad draw to overcome, but he's a winner already this term. And he goes very, very well on the Tapeta surface. And Ron the Greek, a horse of the year over in America, now trained over in Saudi Arabia by Nicholas Bachelard, carries the silks of King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz and Sons. Jose Lazcano in the plate. And Belshazzar leading them out for the Emirates Airline Dubai World Cup. Jason Fall is beside me. Jason, a brilliant racing prospect. That's just putting it mildly. Anything impress you in the preliminaries?
I think the horses have behaved impeccably well, because it's
Emirates Airline Dubai World Cup. Prince Bishop. Jason, can this horse win a Dubai World Cup? He's done nothing wrong this season. He seems better than ever, doesn't he?
Yeah, Huntslight couldn't do it last year. Could he win the second, third, and then come on here to win this? I hope they wait for Hillstar, who's only just going down to start now. I think Ryan Moore was late out, and then he got caught in this melee of people trying to get into the parade ring, so he's only just gone now. And I'm glad I'm not the only person that's warm, because Sir Michael Stout looks a bit warm as well. But yeah, Prince Bishop, these are obviously his conditions, and Kieran Fallon gets on so well with him. Another good old thing, I'll say Vancouver, Charlie Appleby, new surface. Akid Nafi for Hong Kong had a good night so far. Sanchoris, can he do it through the handicap ranks into this? African Story, surely he'll run well this year. Side glance there, ran well in this last year, but this is a stronger Renault. I do think he's getting a bit warm with that one, isn't he? Bellshazar, but it is quite warm in the evening, and you know, it's a big crowd, big atmosphere now. You know, it's with bated breath, isn't it? I've been banging on about Sanchoris all season, so I hope he doesn't let me down and come last. It would be a big effort to come through the ranks as he has to win this type of race, but as we keep, everyone keeps saying, this is Desire went very, very close with a similar profile in the past.
African Story going down there under Sylvester de Souza, who hasn't had a winner yet. There's been no Godolphin horse come home in front so far this evening. That, of course, could be rectified in this final race. African Story, a lot of people very surprised when he ran in the Dubai World Cup 12 months ago, saying, is he really an out-and-out mile and a quarter horse? Well, he proved that he was staying on when very, very good in second position behind Prince Bishop in the second leg of the Maptoon Challenge over 1900 metres. He was 8th in the final leg, but he banged his head coming out of the stalls and almost would have run dazed for the first couple of furlongs, and he's extremely unexposed at this trip. And he raced in stall number 11 12 months ago. He's slightly better berthed in stall number 6 on this year's race. And as I said, Saib Bin Shraw bidding to win this race for a 6th time. Hillstar, as Jason said, was last to leave the parade ring. There is absolutely nothing of him at all. I'd like to get them all in a line and standing up, and I'd say that Hillstar is definitely the smallest Laura. In the last 10 minutes or so, I've never seen the parade ring quite packed as busy as much as it is now.
It was a little stressful in there, I'm not going to lie to you. I couldn't find a cameraman, I couldn't find anyone. I spoke to Ed Dunlop primarily because he's very tall, and because he's always great to interview and very helpful and doesn't mind talking to us, which I do appreciate. And Red Caddo could well repeat what he did last year, I think, as Ed says, if he goes they go very, very fast. And Gerald, who's a top class jockey, is able to just overcome the slightly advantageous stall. Just going back to the stalls thing in McCadram, Animal Kingdom went from 12 last year. It is doable.
Yeah, definitely.
With a good jockey. Paul Hannigan's a good jockey. He also knows this track very, very well, which I do think is certainly a plus. We haven't had a Godolphin winner. I could just see it happening here, you know. African Story shouldn't really be good enough, but they, right through the carnival, they've sort of had him as their main hope, haven't they? And as you say, he hit his head last time. I mean,
he had 5 stitches.
That would make anybody run a bit slower. Yeah, exactly. You know, that is, as you say, he probably was running a little bit sort of dazed and confused. And there's your Tapeta specialist, Prince Bishop, going in under Kieran Fallon. It is a fascinating race. I'll stick with Military Attack, but anything could win this.
So Military Attack for Laura. The side glance makes his way forward into stall number 9 for the Emirates Airline Dubai World Cup. Belshazzar is there. There is Sancho, there's Surfer, who goes into stall number 10. Will he provide Richie Mullen with another big race success on Dubai World Cup night? First run in 1996, Cigar, the first horse to claim the spoils for Bill Mott and Jerry Bailey. Most recently, Animal Kingdom won 12 months ago for Graham Motion and Joe Rosario. Monterosso, Victoire Pisa, Gloria de Campio, Moon Ballad, Street Cry. Just a few horses that have won this race. The world's richest race, the Emirates Airline Dubai Woodall Cup. Not many more to go forward for the biggest race in horse racing, the most prestigious prize of all. This is the contest that they are all racing for. 2,000 metres is the trip. African Story representing Godolphin. 4 runners for the Godolphin contingent here. 2 trained by Charlie Appleby. 2 of them handled by Saeed bin Saror.
He's gone in, Hoki Tamarai, but he was getting very, very agitated there. There's Akeem Lafitte behaving beautifully. He's going in as well for trainer Richard Gibson, not to be ignored. And there is Ruler of the World, the favourite. And we've never had a Derby winner win the World Cup. We've only had one previous horse try, having won at Epsom. Joe Moreira, it's been a magical night for Magic Moreira. Can he get 3 up? Sometimes when your luck's in, your luck's in.
It is indeed. Okay, so not many more to go forward for this race. There's Catamountain going forward into start number 15. Let's cross to Terry Spargo for the running of the 2014 Emirates Airline Dubai World Cup.
Cadram is loaded away into gate number 13. Not many left now. Hillstar, Military Attack, Red Cadeau, last year's second, and Ron the Greek. They look to be the quartet that will complete the line. As Military Attack goes in. 2 to go is the call at the gate. Hillstar comes up. Ron the Greek moves in.